welcome in to game 21 of the 2023 Rocky Mountain League season. It is the Dodge City A's traveling to the Liberal BeeJays for our traditional 4th of July game. And the A's and BeeJays will be live with you here in a little bit as they are getting through the starting lineups right now. The BeeJays in RMBL action come into today's contest 7-1 overall. In first place of the RMBL, your A's 5-6 in Rocky Mountain action. The Liberal BeeJays 13-4 overall, while your Dodge City A's 9-11. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups. We'll start with the Liberal BeeJays. Leading off is shortstop number 3, Isaac Webb. Batting second baseman number 4, Owen May. Batting third, the first baseman number 23, Walker Polk. Batting fourth, the right fielder number 11, Ethan Calder. Batting fifth, the designated hitter number 33, Justin Hudson. Batting sixth, the third baseman number 10, Mateo Garcia. Batting seventh, the left fielder number 17, River Jackson. Batting eighth, the catcher number 13, Silas Schaefer. And rounding out the lineup for the Liberal BeeJays is the center fielder number 1, Colden Kaiser. It is number 18, Jackson Berry on the mound for the Liberal BeeJays. Your starting lineup is as follows for your Dodge City A's. Leading off, number 1, Juan Rivera in left field from UTRGV. Batting second, center fielder number 6, Cooper Schneider from Dodge City Community College. Batting third, the shortstop, number 22, Jordan Black. Black coming from Johnson County Community College. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 32, Carter Olson. Olson played for Dodge City Community College. Also from Dodge City Community College, the 5-hole hitter, second baseman, number 10, Alex Gallion. Followed by Cooper Tompkinson in the 6-hole. He is the first baseman as well. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 3, Nolan Williams from UT Tyler. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 7, Rudy Gonzalez. Gonzalez played for UTRGV. And rounding out the lineup is the third baseman, number 28, Jordan Rodriguez. Rodriguez played for the Conquistadors this year. It is Caleb Jamison on the mound. Jamison by way of Paris Community College. We are ready for the national anthem here in Liberal. We'll be back with you after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome in to Brent Gould Field. Justin Hergert alongside for today's game. Of course, the 4th of July here at Brent Gould Field. Juan Rivera leads off after 2 straight strikes. A ground ball on the infield gets him on, and then Cooper Schneider will fly out to right field. 1 away for the Dodge City A's. And it is important to note, before I get too far into this and forget about this, Juan Rivera now on a 8-game hitting streak. So with that hit right there earlier to open up this inning, it makes it 9 in a row that Juan Rivera has had a hitting streak, and that ball, a throw down to second, will get away from the second baseman. A stolen base and then a throwing error on the BeeJays will move Juan Rivera to third base. An 0-1 count to Jordan Black. And that will even the count at 1 apiece. Jordan Black, the freshman from Johnson County Community College at the plate, fouls that one off the end of the bat, down in the count 1-2. The A's and BeeJays, a lot of history between these two teams, especially right here at Brent Gould Field. Of course, the A's and BeeJays, former Jayhawk League members, along with the Hayes Larks. The throw down to third, not in time to try to catch the speed of Juan Rivera, who has stolen and moved over on an error. Black will foul that one off to stay alive. A fly ball headed out to right field, bobbled by the center fielder. Rivera being waved home, and Black digging for third. He will be in easily a stand-up triple. And the A's, pardon me if I don't show a whole lot of excitement here, but the A's draw first blood. We've been here before. 1-1 count to Carter Olson. And that throw up the line, an RBI single for Olson. The A's in business, a 2-run lead with only 1 away here in the top of the first. Brings in the 5-hole hitter, second baseman Alex Gallion. And Gallion, one of those guys that you definitely like to see at the plate with runners on. Gallion fouls that one off, down in the count 0-1. Pitch called strike, has Gallion down 0-2. One and two, 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Alex Gallion. Gallion was a member of the Dodge City Community College Conquistadors who found himself late in the season, came in as a catcher and ended up working more time out around the infield late in the season and had himself a series, the last series where the Conquistadors found themselves on the road at KCK. All 3 games, multi-hit games for Alex Gallion in that series. A 2-2 count to Gallion. Count runs full, the first full count of the game for the pitcher, Jackson Berry. Payoff pitch. Gallion takes that one, driven down the right field side. It will drop in foul territory, caught by the first baseman.
Carter flew out.
Bottom of the first, the A's with a 2-0 lead. After the A's would lead off a single by Juan Rivera, then a triple by Jordan Black that would score Rivera. A sac fly by Carter Olson that scores Jordan Black to give the A's the 2-0 lead at this point, and it is the leadoff hitter Isaac Webb at the plate for the Liberal BeeJays. Caleb Jamison on the mound for your Dodge City A's, and first pitch strike has Webb down in the count 0-1. Jamison delivers, missing on the outer edge, evens a count at 1 apiece. 1-1 delivery. Jamison fires, misses outside, makes it 2-1 to the leadoff hitter Webb. Only the second game this season between the A's and BeeJays. Pitch coming in tight, catches the inner part of the zone, makes it 2-2. Jamison fires, missing off the outer edge, and Webb working a full count against tonight's starter. A great crowd on hand here for the 4th of July game. A high fly ball headed out to center field. Schneider there to haul that one in, one away for the Liberal BeeJays. That will bring in Owen May. And the 4th of July always draws a good crowd for the Liberal BeeJays. Can't really see it by way of camera angles, but I would say there's a good probably 300-400 people that are along the third base side. The pitch grounded to second baseman Alex Gallion, throw to first in time, 2 away. that will bring in the first baseman, Walker Polk. So as I was saying, the 4th of July always draws a big crowd here at Liberal. You might be able to see some of the live stream. The trucks set up out past the center field wall. A fireworks show on tap after the conclusion of the game here tonight. The first pitch into Polk, missing for ball 1. Jamison fires. Polk will fire that one down the right field line, going foul, evens a count at 1 apiece. 2 away for the BeeJays. Jamison fires a foul ball again. Tompkinson giving chase, but not going far. Polk down in the count, 1-2. Game 21 of the season for the Dodge City A's. A's 9-11 overall. The pitch from Jamison, missing low, evens a count at 2 apiece. The A's are going to have a couple of days off, and then we'll welcome in the North Platte Plainsmen. A 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That pitch gets Walker Polk looking. 1-2-3 for the Liberal BeeJays. We're headed to the top of the second, a 2-run lead. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Cooper Tompkinson leading off for the Dodge City A's. A 1-1 count. Chopped the second pitch he saw foul. Barry fires that one in, catches the outer edge of the zone, gets Tompkinson looking. One away for the Dodge City A's as a swing and a miss will be out number 1 for the A's in the top of the second. That brings in Nolan Williams. Nolan will step in to face the left-handed Barry. Barry fires, catches the outer edge of the zone, gets Nolan in the count at 0-1. Swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes a count to Williams. Williams makes enough contact to foul that one off down into the ground. Enough to stay alive, and as I was looking at some statistics prior to today's game, Nolan Williams leading the team in strikeouts. An unfortunate statistic, but great hit from him right there to dribble one out into right center field. Runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring in the catcher, Rudy Gonzalez.
It's nice seeing Nolan not changing his swing.
Like I said, Nolan a little bit of a struggle at the plate. I mean, anybody who looks at statistics is going to see that. But it's good to see him getting the contact and staying true to what he wants to do, and that's getting on base.
Yes.
Justin Hergen alongside joined in with Caden Norman here today. The July 4th game here at Brent Gould Field, a 1-1 count to Rudy Gonzalez. Grounded to second. They'll go to second for one. One away for the Dodge City A's.
That would be
Or
two
two away.
Yes, sir.
A 4-6 fielder's choice. And the A's will elect to put Dawson Stutz on as the courtesy runner for the catcher Gonzalez. Runner on first, two away for the A's. And that will bring in the 9-hole hitter, Jordan Rodriguez. Rodriguez has worked himself into the lineup a little more here throughout this part of the season. And a chopper right over the pitcher's head. The throw to first in time. A bang-bang play, but the A's go down and strand a runner on. We're headed to the bottom of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in to Brent Gould Field, a 2-0 ball game as we head into the bottom of the second. BeeJays went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first, and it is the cleanup hitter Ethan Calder at the plate. Fouls off the first pitch he sees from Jamison. No balls, one strike, the count to him. Caleb Jamison on the mound. The pitch comes outside, will even the count at one apiece. That pitch chopped, goes foul down the first base side. That will get Calder down 1-2. Caleb Jamison making his 5th appearance on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Comes into today with 19 innings pitched. A 1-2 record overall. Pitch grounded to the second baseman or shortstop. Some people, and hear me out on this one, the scoreboard's going to call it a hit. I'm going to say that's a hit as well. It's hit very deep in the hole at the shortstop position. That's a play that even if you can get a throw off on time, and Jordan Black was down on his knees when he fielded that ball. I personally don't call that an error.
Yeah, I don't believe it's an error at all myself. That extra effort to dive for that ball and stop it was a good effort to get the ball stopped, but I don't believe there's any play at first there after that.
Infield single, runner aboard for the Liberal BeeJays. An 0-1 count to Justin Hudson, the DH tonight. Pitch missing makes it 1-1. Caleb Jamison comes into tonight's contest a 7.579 ERA for him. Has allowed 20 hits, 19 runs. 16 of those have been earned, and a wild pitch will move Calder up to second. 2-1 the count to the DH Hudson. The Dodge City A's with their gray pants, green tops, white numerals and letters outlined in yellow, gray caps with the yellow A's logo across the front. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed by Calder. That will even the count at 2 apiece. Jamison looks in, has his sign, is going to turn around and look Calder back to second. Two-two delivery comes in, misses, a full count now to Justin Hudson. The Liberal BeeJays with their white pants, white tops, baby blue and red striping down the sides. A pitch chopped to third, the throw to first in time. One away for the BeeJays. That will bring in the third baseman, Mateo Garcia. So the Liberal BeeJays, their white pants, white tops. Their tops have the baby blue and red striping down the side, red stripe in the middle, baby blue on either sides. Baby blue numerals and letters outlined with red striping, and then their white hats with red BeeJays across the front. That pitch missing outside to Garcia, a 1-0 count to lead off his first at bat against Caleb Jamison. Caleb Jamison comes into tonight's contest having walked 13 and struck out 21. A 2-0 count. Runner on second. And one out so far here in the bottom of the second for the BeeJays. Pitch comes inside, missing again, makes it 3-0. Winds blowing out of the, I would say, southwest-ish direction here at Brent Gould Field. The flags blowing basically straight out at center. A 4-pitch walk puts Garcia on the first free base of the ball game for Jamison and the Dodge City A's pitching staff. Gonzalez gonna go out and have a conversation with Jamison just to make sure that they are both on the same page. A quick conversation nonetheless, and we'll go back to work. It is River Jackson stepping in for the Liberal BeeJays. Brent Gould Field on the campus of Seward County Community College. Brent Gould Field, a southwest to northeast facing field. And as you can see with the shadows that are cast across from third to first, from left to right, across the field. First pitch, strike to Jackson, down in the count 0-1. Dodge City A's, their first trip to Liberal this year. They will make another one here later in the month of July. That pitch gets away from Gonzalez, and that will move runners up to second and third with one away. One and one, the count to Jackson. River Jackson at the plate for the Liberal BeeJays. Takes that for strike number 2. Jamison looking in. Has his sign and comes set. The 1-2 delivery. Chopped out to second. Gallion missing it. That will score one. Another run comes in. 2 runs score. And a attempted backhanded play. And Jackson caught in a pickle. He will be thrown out at second. 2 away, but 2 runs score here in the bottom of the second for the Liberal BeeJays. It is a tie ball game on the RBI single from Jackson. I'm not sure on the exact sequence. I know it went from catcher or center field, and I think into second, first, and back to second. It is Silas Schaefer, the catcher, at the plate, an 0-2 count to him. Swung on and foul tipped. Schaefer will stay alive at no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 delivery from Jamison. Missing high and a little bit outside makes it 1-2. That swung on and missed. That will end the inning for the Liberal BeeJays. A tie ball game as we head to the top of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. back at the top of the order to lead off the third inning. It is Juan Rivera. Rivera taking the first pitch he sees and sending it back out into center field. A leadoff hit, runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. Juan Rivera coming in to today's contest, hitting at .353 on the season. Cooper Schneider steps in, takes the first pitch he sees for strike number one. That pitch missing outside will even the count at one apiece to Schneider. And I talked about it when we opened the broadcast for this game. Juan Rivera with a hitting streak coming into tonight's contest. And within that hitting streak, 5 of those 8 games are multi-hit.
Yes.
For Juan Rivera.
Again, just another guy knowing what he wants to do with the bat when he comes up.
And the other part of the two-headed monster at the plate right now in Cooper Schneider. Schneider's been in a hitting streak as well. I believe his
two big guys that are very needed for our team, I should say. They know what they want to do when they go up, and they're not guys that are trying to pull the ball, hit home runs or anything. They're guys that are trying to get on base and help the team.
Indeed, and that pitch chopped foul by Schneider. Schneider, 4 in a row yesterday, 4 times in a row, he was on base via the free pass, and will draw another free pass right there as Barry loses the battle on the full count.
All season, you say 4 walks yesterday, but it's really been all season. It
has been. Cooper Schneider, and even going back to his time with the Conquistadors, he was just a walk machine, and that shows patience at the plate and a discipline as a batter.
Yes. Again, knowing what he wants to do when he comes up. Already has a plan, already has a mindset. Not getting too big.
Runners on first and second. The first pitch in to Jordan Black for strike number 1. Cooper Schneider batting .266 on the season. And Jordan Black comes into today averaging .180. A 1-1 count there.
I would say that their batting averages really don't reflect them. I don't feel like they're their true batting averages, as the ball has just hit the shortstop there.
Ground ball too short. Throw to first. 4-2. Not in time. A fielder's choice for Jordan Black. Runners on the corners with 1 away.
So I was going to say, I feel like Cooper and Jordan, they always put the ball in play. It feels like it's hard contact or it's contact, but it's, either an out or a hit. And I feel like that's why when I say it's not their true batting averages, I feel like if you really watch them play, you watch the videos or the live streams, you'll see that what I'm saying is true. They always hit.
Well, and Cooper's is skewed because of the amount of walks that he has drawn this year.
Very true, yes.
The first pitch in to Carter Olson, missing for ball number 1. And Carter Olson, having just joined the team recently, batting .385 on the season. So Olson doing his job, putting the ball in play as well, and a 2-0 count to him.
Coming in at a good time as we lost our center fielder, Bergman. He departed from us, and so, but as he left, we got Carter, and Carter's he's been focused also since he's gotten here, basically.
3 pitch, 3 out of the zone to Olson from Barry. The 3-0 pitch. Olson puts it in play, but foul, makes it 3-1. The A's so far today, 2 runs on 4 hits. I'm going to say that was an E4 back in the second inning. Swung on and missed, has Olson in at a full count. So give the A's credit with 1 error at this point, which would be the BeeJays 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error for them.
Yes, I would believe so. Yes.
Olson fouls that one off, and we will see another payoff pitch from Barry. We've seen multiple batters work full counts on both sides already here in the first 2 innings of this ball game. The payoff pitch, a drive, and a leaping catch by the shortstop. And that will double off Jordan Black as he was about 10 feet away from the second base bag. That will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Colton Kaiser leads off the bottom of the 3rd for the Liberal BeeJays. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike 1. That one inside and low, evens a count at 1 apiece to Kaiser. Kaiser, the 9-hole hitter for the BeeJays, comes into today hitting .294 on the season. That pitch, a line drive on a frozen rope right past the head of Jordan Gonzalez, and Kaiser will cruise into second, a stand-up double, leadoff runner aboard for the Liberal BeeJays. So that will turn the lineup over back to Isaac Webb. Webb led off the bottom of the 1st, flying out to center his first time up. He'll take the first pitch he sees and fouls it off. Down in the count, 0-1. Webb hitting .404 on the season.
It's pretty impressive, yes.
An impressive feat. Of course, the BeeJays doing what the BeeJays do, and that's swinging the bat.
Indeed. As we saw last time that we played them.
Indeed.
That incredible comeback as well.
The 0-1 pitch in, catching the zone, has Webb down in the count 0-2. Webb, one of the batters here in the early part of this ball game that worked a full count right off the bat against Jamison. Pitch swung on, foul tipped. That was a foul tip off the end of the bat to stay alive. Brent Gould Field on the campus of Seward County Community College, home to the Seward County Community College Saints. And a field that the Conquistador members and even the guys from Garden City should be familiar with. The pitch in, gets off of the catcher Gonzalez, the run home, and they have Kaiser at home. Kaiser having words with home plate umpire Fitzpatrick. not happy with the call and one away after the passed ball. So we will go back to work, a 2-2 count to Webb with one away, and that grounded through the gap at short. Webb digging for two. The throw not in time. Webb in with a stand-up double. The BeeJays showing that they are not too afraid to run and dig out extra bases here in the early part of this ball game. A 2-2 ball game, as the A's would score two in the first, and the BeeJays answering back with two in the bottom of the second. Jamison looks back at Webb on second. Webb will take off, and Gonzalez not able to get it out of his glove. A high ball one, runner on third for the Liberal BeeJays. So a stolen base has a go-ahead run 90 feet away. That pitch swung on and missed by Owen May. May even in the count at one apiece. Owen May comes into today's contest batting .429 on the season. And I'm looking, 429. I'm looking at a lot of fours across the board for the Liberal BeeJays. Pitch is fouled off and will do the 1-2 over again. Jamison looking in, has his sign. The 1-2 pitch missing to the outside makes it 2-2. Owen May grounded out to the second baseman Gallion, his last time up. The pitch comes inside and low, another full count for Caleb Jamison. Payoff pitch. Jamison comes set, delivers. It is scalded foul down the right field side, and will do it over again. Dodge City A's locked into a tight one here in the early innings of this ball game. The payoff over, missing high. Runners on the corners for the Liberal BeeJays. That will bring in the first baseman, Walker Polk. Polk got caught looking at the plate his last time up. Walker Polk batting .447 on the season for the Liberal BeeJays. Polk steps in and will take the first pitch that he sees from Caleb Jamison that will come over the outer edge of the plate for strike number one. Runners on the corners, one away for the Liberal BeeJays. That pitch swung on and missed. Polk down in the count, 0-2. And the BeeJays trying to extend their lead with a runner in scoring position and only one away. Jamison looks over at first. The pitch comes high right at the letters. Makes it 1-2. Just
let you know. Just heads up if you want to say anything.
Action down in the Dodge City A's bullpen. That pitch low, blocked by Gonzalez, kept in front of him, makes it 2-2. Two delivery. Jamison looking over the pitch. A high fly ball, and that a no-doubter over the left field wall. A 3-run shot by Walker Polk makes it a 5-2 ball game in favor of the BeeJays. That a no-doubter that was hit over the left field wall. Let's take a step back. Dimensions here at Brent Gould Field. 340 down the left field line, 380 in the left power alley, 400 to dead red center. Another high fly ball headed out to left field, and there to haul that one in, 2 away for the Dodge City A's as Ethan Calder out on the first pitch he saw.
With the dimensions of the field as well, we're in Kansas as well, so there's a lot of wind today. As you can see, those flags flapping back there. Could have took a little bit of a part in that home run, maybe.
Could have. First pitch to Justin Hudson, taken outside for ball number 1. Let's finish up. 400 to center, 370 in the right power alley, and 320 down the right field line. 2-0 the count to Hudson.
This is not, I would like to say this is not a pitcher-friendly ballpark in my opinion. As
there's not a whole lot of fields in Southwest Kansas that are pitcher-friendly this time of year.
It's very true, especially with, winds blowing every day. As you know, I'm from Dodge City. I've played at this field many times, and I've played this field twice, and I've seen many balls go out, as this field plays a lot shorter than it actually is due to the wind.
Justin Hudson batting 189 on the season for the BeeJays. And a high fly ball, Cooper Schneider tracking it over the center field wall, a solo home run. The BeeJays lead this one 6-2. That ball may have had a little bit of aid from the wind, but it was crushed and easily cleared the tall wall out in center field. That will bring in Mateo Garcia, the third baseman for the BeeJays, and Garcia walked on his last time up. Garcia comes into today batting .275 for the BeeJays. And that pitch catching the outer edge of the zone for strike number 1. Garcia will foul that one off. Down in the count, 0-2. Bottom of the third, a 6-2 ball game in favor of the Liberal BeeJays, and it has been the long ball that has propelled them in this game so far. That pitch fouled off down the right field side. We'll do the 0-2 over again. Another high fly ball. Nolan Williams going after it, and it will clear the right field wall. All 3 home runs in this inning. 1 to left, 1 to dead center, and now that one over the right field wall at the power alley. And the Liberal BeeJays lead this one 7-2. What can you say, but let's go play ball. We're going to have a mound visit from head coach Esteban Cardoza. This may be the end for Caleb Jamison. I know Jamison came in. He was smiling when Rudy Gonzalez went out to give him another ball after 3 home runs in this inning. The BeeJays scoring 5. A triple shot and 2 solo shots to give the BeeJays the 7-2 lead. And that mound visit over. Coach Cardoza electing to stay with Jamison on this one. We'll go back to work. The 8th batter of the inning for the Liberal BeeJays, the left fielder River Jackson. Jackson a single, and then got caught in a pickle advancing his last time up. The first pitch he sees inside for ball number 1. River Jackson comes into tonight batting .303 on the season for the BeeJays. 1-0 delivery, missing outside, makes it 2-0. Not quite the way the A's had envisioned this game going, but nonetheless, a lot of ball game left to play. A 3-0 count to Jackson. The delivery misses out, a 4-pitch walk, runner aboard for the BeeJays with 2 away. Schaefer, the 9th batter of the inning. For runner aboard with 2 away. Runner on second after the stolen base. And Schaefer will step in the count at 1-0. The delivery catching the inner part of the plate. Schaefer not happy with the call. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Pitch misses, makes it 2-1. Jamison looking in, has his sign, comes set. Deep breath, the 2-1 delivery. Catching the outer edge of the zone will even the count at 2 apiece to Schaefer. Schaefer, the catcher, ended the bottom of the second. Two delivery from Jamison. Fouled off. Will do it over again. And after a long stretch of non-league games, the A's finally back to Rocky Mountain League contest with this one against the Liberal BeeJays. 2-2 delivery. Jamison looks back at second. The pitch fouled off and will do it over again. There are people down in the BeeJays bullpen. Not really actively working down there, but there is someone in the capacity of Fugiyambe down in the Dodge City A's bullpen. 2-2 the count. Jamison delivers. That one missing outside. Another full count. We will see the payoff pitch. Jamison looking in to get the signs from his catcher Gonzalez. Looks back at second. The delivery, payoff pitch missing outside, and the BeeJays have batted around. back to Colton Kaiser, who led off this inning. But Kaiser was thrown out at the plate, trying to advance on a passed ball and score. A mound visit to come in, and that will end the night for Caleb Jamison. We'll tell you about his night and the new pitcher coming in for the Dodge City A's. We'll be back after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Back at Brent Gould Field, it is Fugayambe taking over the mound for the Dodge City A's. The starter, Caleb Jamison, officially will go 2 2/3 of an inning, allowing six hits, walks 4, currently 7 runs, but 2 on the base paths that will be credited to him. No hit by pitch, strikes out 1, and faces 17. So that will be the night for Caleb Jamison, as the first pitch by Fuga in and fouled off. Down in the count, 0-1 is Kaiser. A swing and a miss. That will have Kaiser down in the count, 0-2. And the A's trying to hold the BeeJays at bay right here. 0-2 delivery. The righty Fuga on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Time called by the catcher, Gonzalez. He wants to have a quick visit. I'm assuming that Rudy has seen something from Kaiser that he wants to have a quick chat about.
Either that or maybe the runner on second maybe caught something, maybe wants to change up a sign or something like that. Very, very often you'll see a guy on second try to catch something, and the catcher notices it. He'll often come out and talk to us pitchers about changing, following a different number, possibly changing what we want to throw, different number-wise.
0-2 delivery. Swung on and foul tipped. We'll do it over again. Again, Kaiser led off the bottom of the third for the Liberal BeeJays, hit a double, and then was thrown out at home for the first out of the inning. So it very well could be that Kaiser being the first and third outs. of the third inning for the Liberal BeeJays. That pitch, he won't be the first and third out. That pitch comes in and hits him, and that will load the bases.
I believe there's an argument about leaning in there. Or no attempt to get out of the way.
And I mean, I can see asking questions just to make sure that, you know, did you, maybe Coach Cardoza saw something from the dugout. And, you know, it's easy when you're watching an entire field of play. I do it myself, especially on throwdowns on runners. I don't necessarily see what the home plate umpire calls.
Yeah.
So we will go to work back at the top of the order for the Liberal BeeJays. It is Isaac Webb. Webb himself hit a double and would come around to score the part of the first home run that was hit over the left field wall. A 1-0 count to Webb. And that pitch in high and tight, 2-0 the count. Two out. And three straight out of the zone has Fuga in danger of walking in a run. Granted, there are runners at second and third would be credited to Caleb Jamison. Kicks, fires, misses outside. A 4-pitch walk to Webb, and the 6th run of the inning comes in to score. Owen May steps in, walked on his last time up. Fuga kicks, fires the first delivery to May, missing high for ball number 1. The A's pitching staff struggling with finding the zone here tonight in Liberal. One 0 delivery from Fuga. There it found the outer part of the zone, has May in the count even at 1 apiece. If you're just joining in, the Dodge City A's led off the game, scoring 2 in the top of the first, and the BeeJays would answer back with 2 in the second, and now 6 so far in the third. Bases loaded with 2 away. That pitch called strike over the outer edge has May down in the count 1-2. Winds calming here at Brent Gould Field as storms approach from the northwest. Pitch swung on and missed, and that will graciously end this inning. The BeeJays plate 6 lead at 8-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Alex Gallion will lead off the top of the fourth inning for your Dodge City A's. The A's trailing 8-2. Gallion takes the first pitch he sees from Barry for ball one, and grounder to the third baseman. Throw to first in time. One away for the A's. Will bring in Cooper Tompkinson. Tompkinson struck out. It was a strike swinging his last time up. First pitch, a slider across the zone, catching the outer edge, makes it 0-1 to Tompkinson. 1-1 the count now after that pitch misses from Barry. 2-1 the count. Barry working a bit of a tempo game on the mound.
Trying to get those bats back up to the plate. It's a pitcher you'd like to get back in there, get some rest, and let your guys keep going. You don't want them.
Tompkinson grounds that when he gets through the hole, just past the outstretched second baseman. A 3-1 count, runner aboard for your Dodge City A's. That will bring in Nolan Williams. Nolan got on a single his last time up. Takes the first pitch right down the zone for strike number one. Swung on and missed. Williams down in the count, 0-2. That pitch will get Williams looking. 2 away for the Dodge City A's. That brings in catcher Rudy Gonzalez. Gonzalez hit into the fielder's choice that erased Williams off the base paths. Base path.
Base path.
A line drive, the first pitch by Gonzalez, right into the waiting glove of the first baseman. That will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back in to Brent Gould Field, We're headed into the bottom of the fourth, an 8-2 ball game in favor of the Liberal BeeJays. And it will be Walker Polk leading off for the BeeJays. Polk a home run and a strikeout makes him 1 for 2 in this ball game. The first pitch he sees from Fuga in for ball number 1. The kick and fire lands high and outside. 2-0 the count to Polk. Fuga came in relief of the starter Jamison, who went 2 2/3 innings, will be credited with 8 runs. 3-0 count to pitch comes in right over the zone, makes it 3-1 to Polk. Polk, the first baseman. The pitch missing inside. Leadoff runner aboard for the BeeJays. Walks continue to be an issue for the Dodge City A's pitching staff. And that will bring in Ethan Calder. Calder flew out to left his last time up. Led off the bottom of the second on an error. A high fly ball. Schneider camped underneath it. The throw back to first. Not in time. That pitch had... or that throw actually had Polk quite a ways down the line to second base. 1 away for the BeeJays. Justin Hudson takes the first pitch he sees from Fuga, fouls it off down the first base line, down in the count 0-1. One delivery from Fuga comes in high, chases Polk back to first. 1-1 the count to Justin Hudson. Hudson a home run his last time up. The 1-1 delivery from Fuga coming high. They say it grazes the elbow of Polk, or Hudson rather. Runners on first and second. Two free passes and 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. The BeeJays leading this one 8-2. Mateo Garcia steps in. He hit a home run out to right field his last time up. Fuga looking back at second. The pitch delivered high for ball 1. One 0 delivery coming. Missing high again, makes it 2-0. Fuga delivers over the outer part of the zone, a 2-1 count now to the 6-hole hitter, third baseman Mateo Garcia. Runners on first and second. Fuga comes set. The delivery fouled off the end of the bat. It will head out into the fans that are down the third base side. Will go 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away for the BeeJays. 2 runners on. The BeeJays looking to try to extend on their 6-run lead here. Fuga looks back. The pitch will get through the gap at first. Runner coming home. The throw up the line and not in time. That will put runners on first and second with 1 away. And the BeeJays now lead this one 9-2. Runners on first and second with 1 away. 1 run has scored, and River Jackson will step in. He on via a base on balls his last time up. Fuga comes set, kicks and fires the first pitch, a high fly ball. And Cooper Schneider on his high horse on the warning track. The throw in will not be in time. A fly out will advance the runners up 90 feet. Runners on second and third. Schaefer will step in. He walked on his last time up. 2 away for the Liberal BeeJays here in the bottom of the first. The pitch comes in high, makes it 1-0. The Liberal BeeJays held scoreless in the first, would score 2 in the second, 6 in the third, and now 1 so far here in the fourth. A 1-0 count as Fuga fires. Two and 0. The count to the catcher Schaefer. Pitch swung on and missed. Schaefer in the count now at 2-1. Schaefer, part of what has been multiple full counts here in this game. Worked a full count before getting walked his last time up. 2-1 delivery as Fuga kicks and fires. Comes inside. A called strike evens a count at 2 apiece. Caden, one of the things I like to say right here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Deuces wild across the scoreboard.
I like that. That's a good phrase.
The pitch, a little bit high. Another full count worked by the Liberal BeeJays.
I think we both agree to disagree with the umpire there. That one looks a little good.
It does, and before I say too much, being at an elevated position like we are, sometimes things look different at this level than it does on the field.
That's very true.
The payoff pitch swung on and missed. That will get Schaefer swinging. That will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We have worked our way to the top of the 5th inning. Jordan Rodriguez leads off for your Dodge City A's. Fouls off the first pitch he sees from Barry. Down in the count 0-1. Jordan Rodriguez, a .333 on-base percentage, slugging .294 on the season for the Dodge City A's. 1-1 the count. Pitch missing outside moves Rodriguez to 2-1. Barry again, a bit of a quick pitch action. 3-1 the count as Rodriguez will draw the 5-pitch walk. Runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. That will turn our lineup over back to Juan Rivera. Rivera, 2 for 2 in this ball game, both singles. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Juan Rivera, 488 on base, slugging 412. That pitch grounded back at the third baseman, throw to second for 1, and the throw to first not in time. Rivera legging that one out. Fielder's choice erases the leading runner, but a runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. Brings in Cooper Schneider. Schneider 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch missing. The throw to second will get Rivera. A rare caught stealing off of the laser throw by the catcher Schaefer. 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Cooper Schneider fouls that one off. Will even the count at 1 apiece. Schneider, a .407 on base, .328 slugging this season with the Dodge City A's. 1-1 count, missing high, makes it 2-1. Schneider will drive that one right back up the middle, gets down out in center field. Runner aboard for the Dodge City A's with 2 away. Jordan Black steps in. Grounded out to the shortstop. No, a fielder's choice, his last time up. Takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1, fouls that one off. Down in the count, 0-2 is Black. He has a .354 on base percentage, .420 slugging this summer. 0-2 delivery. It is a high fly ball down the right field line. If it drops, it's caught just ahead of the foul line by the right fielder Calder. That ends the inning. The A's strand 1. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th, a 9-2 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Colton Kaiser, the man of the hour for the Liberal BeeJays, takes the first pitch ball from the new pitcher Adair. The second pitch, he drives out into left field. Leadoff runner aboard for the BeeJays. That pitch to Isaac Webb gets down foul. Falls foul for strike number one. A long strike number one out there in what a lot of people would call the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes. It's not a fun place to be.
Webb 1 for 2 with a walk. He walked on his last time up, down in the count 0-1. And that pitch fouled off, gets him down 0-2. Colton Kaiser slugging .500 for the Liberal BeeJays, and Isaac Webb just ahead of him at .511.
Never really see a leadoff batter having such a good slugging percentage.
0-2 count will get Webb swinging out number one for the BeeJays and brings in Owen Webb, who himself struck out his last time. That makes Webb 0 for 2 with a walk. And I'm sorry, I stand corrected. Owen May. I think I said Owen Webb. It is Owen May at the plate, and he is slugging .476 on the season for the Liberal BeeJays. Takes the first pitch he sees from Adair for strike number one. 1 out, 1 on for the BeeJays. Kaiser dancing around out at first. That pitch missing, evens the count at 1 apiece. Driven right through the gap between first and second. Williams not coming up with it cleanly will put runners on the corners for the Liberal BeeJays. I hate to say it, but the Liberal BeeJays putting on a hitting display here at Brent Gould Field tonight. Walker Polk steps in, 1 away, runners on the corners. Polk 1 for 2 with a walk, as that is a wild pitch that gets away from Gonzalez. 1-0, the count to Polk. And the A's pitching staff just not having the night on the mound that they would have hoped for. That pitch missing outside. 2-0, the count to Polk. Polk slugging .723 on the season. That pitch catching the zone makes it 2-1. Some of the BeeJay faithful not necessarily happy with that call. The 2-1 delivery coming from Adair. That pitch popped. It is in foul territory, will drop out of play in the crowd of BeeJay fans off the third base wall for strike number 2. Two delivery from Adair. Missing outside, a frame job by Gonzalez. Another full count worked by the Liberal BeeJays. Runners on second and third. Adair looks in, waves off a sign. Has what he wants. The payoff pitch, swung on and missed. 2 away for the BeeJays.
There's a big strikeout right there. Very big.
A much needed strikeout by the Liberal BeeJays. 2 away with runners on second and third. Brings in Ethan Calder. Calder flew out to center his last time up. A 1-0 count to him. And Calder slugging .611. The pitch grounded to short. Throw to first in time. That will end the inning. And for the first time since the second inning, the BeeJays held scoreless. We're headed to the top of the sixth, a 9-2 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Carter Olson leading off the top of the sixth inning for the Dodge City A's. A new pitcher on the mound in the way of Adrian Nahar. The starter Barry will go 5 innings, allows 6 hits, walks 2, 2 runs, struck out 2, and faced 21. A 2-1 count to Olson. Adrian Nahar with 15.1 innings pitched, has appeared in 6 games, all of those out of the bullpen. 11 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned, has walked 7, struck out 22, a 3.522 ERA for him. Carter Olson at the plate, a full count. And Olson slugging at .615 on the season for the Dodge City A's. The payoff pitch fouled off, and we'll do it over again. Carter Olson also a .556 on base percentage for him. So just over half the time, Olson finds himself on the base path. The payoff pitch again. Nahar comes set and delivers, and Olson will be called looking for strikeout number 1. And a bottle of water being thrown over to Nahar. Evidently, he feels like he was not hydrated enough to start this inning.
That'd be a weird celebration if that was a celebration. Maybe his tummy's not feeling too good either. I mean, it's the 4th. A lot of sugars, a lot of sweets, a lot of meals been made today. You never know.
Never know. We'll go to work, 1 away for the Dodge City A's. And that will bring in Alex Gallion. Gallion ground out to the third baseman his last time up. Gallion 0 for 2 in this ball game. Takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Gallion takes a step back as that one's tight inside. 2-0 the count to him. Gallion 300 on base percentage, 292 slugging so far this season. The pitch missing outside. 3 straight out of the zones to Gallion with 1 away and nobody on. The new pitcher, the righty for the Liberal BeeJays. He'll work from the first base side of the rubber. The pitch coming low, a 4-pitch walk for Alex Gallion. Runner aboard for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Cooper Tompkinson. Tompkinson 1 for 2, hit a single through the gap his last time up. Cooper Tompkinson steps up. He has a 259 OBP on the season, 346 slugging for your Dodge City A's. That pitch comes in tight, makes it 1-0. 5 straight out of the zone delivered by Nahar after he gets Carter Olson to a full count and will get him looking for out number 1. The pitch, another tight inside, makes it 2-0. That is 6 straight out of the zone by Nahar. 2-0 delivery coming. Nahar looks over at first. The pitch going out, catches enough of the zone to be called a strike, makes it 2-1. And that one even fooled the scoreboard thinking it was 3-0. 2-1 delivery. On the inner edge, evens a count at 2 apiece for Tompkinson. Tompkinson again 1 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch just off the outer edge. Tompkinson working this one full. The A's playing with fire here. The payoff pitch coming from Nahar comes in, and Tompkinson will win that battle. Back-to-back walks have runners on first and second for the Dodge City A's. Brings up Nolan Williams. Williams got caught looking his last time up, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Nolan Williams, 328 on base percentage for him, a 339 slugging on the season. Runners on first and second. The first pitch by Nahar in on the hands of Williams gets him swinging down in the count 0-1. That might have actually caught a piece of the catcher Schaefer as well.
Possibly a foul. I believe it's a foul ball that went off the catcher. Because with our two guys on base, they never moved, but that ball went flying behind him. So
0-1 the count for Williams. Ooh. That pitch, ooh, that one's going to leave a mark right on his left hip. Williams will take his base. Bases loaded for the Dodge City A's. It's a hard way to get base runners, but at this point, we're going to take them however way we can get them. And that will bring in the catcher, Rudy Gonzalez. After 3 free passes, the base is loaded for the Dodge City A's, and that's going to bring out a mound visit from the Liberal BeeJays coach, Jared Maeda. Maeda is going to make his way out, the entire infield in for this visit. So let's take a step back. Carter Olson will lead off the inning to face the new pitcher, Nahar. He will get caught looking on a full count. And then Alex Gallion in a 4-pitch walk to him. Cooper Tompkinson works another full count, wins the battle, gets walked on to put runners on first and second. And then Nolan Williams on an 0-1 count to him, wears one directly on his hip. 3 free passes for 3 base runners here in the top of the 6th for the Dodge City A's, trailing 9-2. And Hunter Fitzpatrick going to go break up this mound visit. Nobody down in the BeeJays bullpen at this point. Bases loaded with 1 away. Rudy Gonzalez steps in for the Dodge City A's. Gonzalez, .352 on base percentage, a .250 slugging. Gonzalez, a line drive out, his last time up. A dribbler up the third base line. They will go to third for the fielder's choice. A run scores. So the BeeJays trading out for a run. 2 away.
The A's.
A's, BeeJays. The BeeJays opted to go for the out and giving up the run.
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah.
So that will bring in.
Just trying to have some fun with you.
Alex Gallion scored. Tompkinson out on the fielder's choice. Rodriguez will chop that one up the gap, and Nolan Williams will come in to score. 2 runs have scored for your Dodge City A's. A 9-4 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Runners on first and second. And that turns the lineup over to Juan Rivera. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, Jordan Rodriguez, .333 on base percentage, .294 slugging for him. Juan Rivera at the plate right now. 14 RBIs on the season for Juan Rivera. The catcher Schaefer cocks back, gets ready to fire down to first, but will not go. A 2-0 count to Rivera. Juan Rivera 2 for 2 with a fielder's choice. A swing and a miss. Makes the count 2-1. 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Runners at first and second. A 9-4 deficit for the Dodge City A's. That pitch called strike, evens a count at 2 apiece. The A's trying to keep this ball game in reach with 3 more innings to play. The A's wanting to stay out of the run rule, have now given themselves a 5-run deficit to work with. A high fly ball fielded by the left fielder Jackson. That will end the inning. The A's trailing 9-4. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. We've worked our way into the bottom of the 6th inning, a 1-1 count to Justin Hudson. Hudson, a hit by pitch and a home run and a ground out makes him 1 for 2 with the hit by pitch. 2-1 count to him. Bryson Adair on the mound for the Dodge City A's. That pitch catching the outer part of the zone, evens a count at 2 apiece. Two delivery, missing low. Hudson working a full count against Adair. The payoff pitch as Adair comes set. The delivery fouled back into the net. Will do the payoff over again. As I said earlier, the A's and BeeJays, a long history between the two. That pitch, a swung on. It will be a strikeout and a much needed out for the Dodge City A's. One away for the BeeJays. That will bring in the third baseman, Mateo Garcia. Garcia on via a single his last time up. That makes him 2 for 2 with a walk. The first pitch he sees, missing out for ball 1. Not the night on the mound that the Dodge City A's pitching staff had hoped for. A swing and a miss evens a count at 1 apiece for Garcia. The Liberal BeeJays working their 4th trip through the batting order. That pitch fouled off. 1-2 the count with nobody on and 1 away. Sun pretty well set here in Liberal. The lights in full effect at Brent Gould Field. A swing and a miss, 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that will bring in River Jackson. Jackson flew out to center his last time up. Jackson officially 1 for 2 with a walk. The first pitch from Adair as he comes set, delivers a curveball left high for ball number 1. Dodge City A's and Liberal BeeJays, game 2 of the 4-game series between these two teams in Rocky Mountain play. The A's fell to the BeeJays in the homestand back in June at Cavalier Field. A 1-1 count to Jackson. Adair fires that one, catching enough of the outer edge to get Jackson down in the count 1-2. And Adair doing what Caleb Jameson and I have talked about enough, is making balls look good enough to be called strikes. That pitch coming in low and inside will even the count at 2 apiece. Caden, what does that mean? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That is Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. Sorry, I had you turned down. That pitch fouled off, and we'll do the 2-2 over again.
But deuces are indeed wild right now.
The A's with 2 runs in the first, scored 2 in the 6th. The BeeJays 2 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th to give them this 9-4 lead. And Adair will strike out the side. 3 straight strikeouts. We're headed to the top of the 7th, a 9-4 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have worked our way into the top of the 7th inning. The A's and BeeJays at Brent Gould Field. The A's trailing at 9-4. Cooper Schneider will lead off. As he takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Cooper Schneider 1 for 2 with a walk. That pitch missing outside, framed by the catcher Schaefer. One and one the count. That one missing makes it 2-1. Cooper Schneider with 15 RBIs on the season has scored 11 runs of his own. The 2-1 delivery swung on and missed. Schneider even in the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 delivery. A slider that starts outside and goes even farther out. A full count now by Cooper Schneider. The payoff pitch from Nahar. Popped foul. It will fall out of play. We'll do the payoff over again. 3-2 delivery. The payoff over. It will hit Schneider. Runner aboard. It's a hard way to get runners, but like I said, the A's needing base runners any which way that they can garner them. That will bring in the shortstop, Jordan Black. Black with the monster triple back in the first, and then hit into a fielder's choice and would end the inning in the top of the fifth. So Jordan Black will step in to face Nahar. Jordan Black with 2 RBIs and has scored. No, I stand corrected. I was looking at the wrong column. Jordan Black with 6 RBIs has scored 12 runs. Fouls that one off, down in the count 0-1. 0-1 delivery as Nahar comes set. He'll look over at first. The pitch chopped foul back to the net. Black down in the count 0-2. The A's working their only league contest game for a while as they will return to non-league matchups as they will host the North Platte Plainsmen for another 3-game series, that beginning Friday at Cavalier Field. 0-2 count to Jordan Black. Nahar looks in, has his sign, and comes set. Wide stance on the mound, kicks, fires, swung on and missed. Actually, they will say it was foul tipped, but nonetheless, a strikeout for Jordan Black. One away for the Dodge City A's. Brings up Carter Olson. Olson will step in, having gone down looking his last time up. Olson 0 for 3 in this ball game. First pitch, a high pop-up. It's headed out into left center. Called off by the center fielder. 2 away for the Dodge City A's. That will bring in Alex Gallion. Carter Olson with 3 RBIs and has scored 3 runs. Alex Gallion at the plate. 7 RBIs for him, 2 runs of his own. That pitch gets down out in right center field. The first pitch, Alex Gallion sees. He will hit out into the field. Gallion 0 for 2 with a walk coming into that appearance, and that will bring up Cooper Tompkinson. Runners on the corners, 2 away for the Dodge City A's. Nahar takes a step off. Cooper Tompkinson with 2 RBIs and has scored 4 runs of his own. Throw back to first, not in time. He'll swing and miss. Down in the count, 0-1 is Tompkinson. The A's trying to claw back into this one, as it was the long ball back in the third that would make it an 8-2 ball game at the time in favor of the Liberal BeeJays. One delivery from Nahar right back through the gap. That will score a run as Cooper Schneider will trot home. Runners at first and second with 2 away. That will bring up Nolan Williams. Williams hit by pitch and would come around and score in the 6th inning. Nolan Williams with 10 RBIs, 12 runs scored this season for the Dodge City A's. First pitch he sees in for ball number 1. Nahar looking back at second. 1-0 delivery. Williams checks his swing, asks Fitzpatrick if it was on the swing or the strike. It was definitely the pitch. A 1-1 count to Williams. He'll foul that one off. Williams down in the count, 1-2. A little bit frustrated with himself as he takes a step out of the box. 1-2 delivery. Nahar comes set. Gallion out at second. Cooper Tompkinson at first. The pitch, called strike on the outer edge. That will get Williams looking, his second strikeout of the game. We are headed for stretch time in Liberal. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Well, after stretch time here in Liberal, the A's trailing 9-5. The A's have scored 3 combined in the last 2 half innings to make it the 9-5 ball game. The first pitch that the catcher Schaefer will see in for strike number 1. Bryson Adair on the mound, working in relief of Fugayambe, and Adair came in to strike out the side in the bottom of the 6th. A 1-1 count to Schaefer. Schaefer struck out swinging his last time up, officially 0 for 1. Actually, Schaefer 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch right back up the middle. Runner aboard for the BeeJays. Brings in the center fielder, Colden Kaiser. Kaiser singled out into left field his last time up. And the BeeJays will put a courtesy runner on for the catcher Schaefer. The courtesy runner, a common occurrence in Rocky Mountain Baseball League play. The A's saw something not widely seen as they faced the Derby Twins back on Friday. The A's took the Twins 2 extra innings before they would ultimately win that one. But as they went into extra innings, they would put either a courtesy runner or the last out on at second base to start the extra inning. That pitch coming in well inside gets Kaiser scooting back. 1-1 the count to him.
We also had that step-off fiasco as well that night as well.
Multiple fiascos in that game. But more importantly, the A's coming out with a win to split the series with the Derby Twins and ultimately falling 0-2 in the series against the Great Bend Batcats. A 1-1 count. Colden Kaiser steps out. A high fly ball. Cooper Schneider tracking. He's got it. 1 away. As that will turn the lineup over back to Isaac Webb. Webb, a strikeout victim, his last time up.
I'm not going to give my thoughts on yesterday's game in Great Bend, but
there's not a lot that can be said about that game. As at one point, you go into that game, you think the A's have a chance. A high fly ball. Nolan Williams camping underneath it, 2 away for the BeeJays. And you're right. You think that the A's have some momentum going into that game, and things were going well until the breakthrough hit. I believe it was in like the 5th inning.
Against your very own co-host right now.
Yes.
I wasn't having too fun that game, I'm not going to lie. No. It was...
I mean, it was a close game up until that point, and it was a bases loaded, clearing double, I think, triple. Actually. It was a triple, okay.
Off the wall.
Yeah. I mean, it gave the Batcats the 3-run lead at the time, and they just never looked back as the A's would ultimately fall 10-5 in non-league action yesterday at Great Bend. The throw down to second in time, and the cannon from Rudy Gonzalez erases the base runner. I'm not even sure what that pitch was. I think it was a ball.
It was a strike.
It was a strike?
Yes, sir.
So that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Connor Williams will take over the mound for the Liberal BeeJays as we head into the top of the 8th inning. And Williams would pitch against the Dodge City A's. That game back on June the 22nd, a 7-5 decision in favor of the Liberal BeeJays, and your A's trailing at 9-5 here. Williams would go 3 innings, allow 4 hits, 1 run, and strike out 2 in that contest. An 0-1 count to the catcher Gonzalez, and a leaping, absolutely just leaping catch by the shortstop Webb to rob Gonzalez. Straight thievery of a hit.
That was a great athletic play over there.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. That's all I can say on that one.
Someone call ESPN Sports Center or something. You got to get that play on TV.
Oh, 1-0 count to Jordan Rodriguez. A high fly ball that will fall foul will even the count at 1 apiece with 1 away. Again, the A's trailing at 9-5. We worked our way into the top of the 8th. And that 9-5 ball game just not indicative of the way this ball game has gone. A base hit just inside the fair line. Rodriguez digging for second. And the throw gets away from the shortstop Webb.
Continuing on your comment earlier today, I think it was the 2nd inning or the 1st inning, he really has worked himself into the lineup these last couple of weeks. He's been very aggressive, battling a lot. It's nice to see J-Rod get the balls to land from in the beginning when they were getting caught.
Okay, so let's take a step farther back. And I can say this after watching J-Rod not get a whole lot of opportunities in the spring with the Conquistadors.
Yes.
And fair enough, a powerful lineup up and down for the Conquistadors this spring.
Yes.
But J-Rod coming in, and the difference between game 1 and now, looking much more relaxed with the bat in his hands and able to work pitch counts in his favor and do different things. And like you said, get balls to fall in play, and just like that, turning what very well should have probably been a single into a double.
Yes.
A 1-1 count to Juan Rivera. And let's take an opportunity right here, because I haven't said this for a while. Juan Rivera hit the transfer portal and has signed to be a Dodge City Conquistador this year.
Yes, sir.
And so, I was talking to head coach Esteban before this game. Juan Rivera, Cooper Schneider, I would say is a double-headed monster that will be a force to be reckoned with. And yours truly right here, I absolutely look forward to seeing the havoc that these two will cause at the plate and on the base paths this next year for the Conquistadors.
Yes. So I'm right there in that boat with you. I'll be in the bullpen though myself, but watching he told us he was transferring. We heard about some schools he was talking to, and then just about 3 days later after he told us he was leaving UTRGV, he told us that we were gonna have a new brother on our team, which is really nice to see. I love that. I love Juan. He's a great competitor, great baseball player, loves baseball. As you said, 1-2 punch right there. I can't wait to see these two guys, help lead our team.
I look forward very much to what the Conquistadors are going to do this year, and the work that Coach Doe and Coach Esteban and Coach Egger have put in to putting a team together next year. And I know I'm a little bit off track, but, a 3-2 count here to Juan Rivera, and, not very many people get to see 6 months worth of baseball, and I get to consider myself lucky in that aspect as Rivera grounds that one at the first baseman. The throw to the pitcher covering in time, 2 away, but a runner 90 feet away for the Dodge City A's. And the other side of the double-headed monster right here with Cooper Schneider, you know, we talked about him earlier in the broadcast being a walk machine. He's not just a walk machine, but you get him on the base paths and he's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's a terror, and you have seen that. Oh, a high fly ball, and if it falls fair, it's going to be trouble. But it will fall foul.
You know, we've also seen that sometimes, a couple of times throughout the year as well. You know, we say he has a plan to get on. You know, he's a 1-2 guy, but he certainly does have that sneaky pop to him as well. As we saw, as me and you have seen during season, and we've seen here as well. You know, he can get the ball to the fence sometimes if he wants.
He has some hit power, and he can do it. Runner on third for the Dodge City A's, an 0-2 count to Schneider as the entire defense resets for the BeeJays. Williams comes set on the mound. The 0-2 delivery, missing outside, makes it 1-2. And there's a reason. I mean, we have seen a hard fly ball, but caught by the right fielder Calder. That will end the inning. The A's strand one. And before I get sidetracked again, there's a reason that Juan Rivera and Cooper Schneider have been 1-2 in the lineup for the last 2 weeks-ish. And that's because they get on and they find ways to move around. Juan Rivera especially, I believe, has like 20-some stolen bases on the season for the Dodge City A's. So that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the eighth. It is a 9-5 ball game. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back in to Brent Gould Field. Justin Hergert alongside with Caden Norman, a 9-5 ball game. So we have worked our way into the home half of the eighth inning. And a short rendition of the Water Boy up here in the booth between innings. First pitch called strike to Owen May, leading off for the Liberal BeeJays as Silas Schaefer was erased off the base paths in the last half inning by your catcher, Rudy Gonzalez. An 0-2 count as that one is chopped foul. May down in the count, 0-2. Adair settling in after struggling a little bit in early part of his outing. That one chopped foul down the third base side. Rodriguez giving chase. Will do the 0-2 over again. Adair with the delivery. Swung on and missed. That will be out number one for the Liberal BeeJays.
He's looked really, really comfortable, confident, good so far these last 3 or 4 or so innings. He's came in.
And Adair came in the fifth. He has hung. That is his 6th strikeout in this game. First pitch
You know, we saw him yesterday too in the game yesterday.
in.
For him to come back, you know, bounce back after that one inning I think he threw, I believe. You know,
And Bryson Adair is one of those guys that is either hot or not.
yes.
I hate to say it that way, but sometimes you just can't hold punches. And he was not hot when he came in the fourth, or in the fifth, I should say. Well, I mean, he was. He got 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
But striking out the side in the sixth, and then holding the BeeJays to just facing 4 in the seventh, and now 1 away in a 3-1 count here in the bottom of the 8th.
Which, you know, this I feel Polk, he's every single time he's come up, the first baseman, you know, it seems like he's always in a full count, right? But it can also be a plan, a strategic plan from our catcher Rudy. Maybe he's talked to some of the pitchers in the dugout. You know, you don't want a guy like this, you know, going yard again, but, you know, coming back, scoring 3 runs in the last couple of innings. So maybe you want to pitch around him a little bit, not give him a chance to hurt you, you know?
The payoff pitch misses outside, a walk to Polk. And to your point, Polk's first at bat, a strikeout looking, a 2-2 count. The home run that was just demolished over the left field wall, a 2-2 count. A 4-pitch walk, a full count that ended in a strikeout, and a full count that ended in a walk. An 0-1 count to Ethan Calder.
To me, it seems like they're trying to get him to get himself out, is what it sounds like to me.
Well, sometimes, like I say, you want to get base runners any way you can get them, and sometimes let the other team get themselves out.
Yeah, exactly.
1-1 the count to Calder, who grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. Takes that pitch outside, makes it 2-1.
And it's also because, you know, last time we played them as well, you know, we know these guys can hit, right? You know, they may have not shredded in the first, 4 or 5 innings, but those last innings, they showed that they could hit. So we knew exactly kind of what the idea was.
Grounded to the shortstop, Black. The throw to first across the diamond in time. Black going for the sure out at first. 1 away or 2 away for the BeeJays. And that is good baseball IQ by Jordan Black right there, to know that you may or may not, the probability of the out at second was low at that point by the time he fields it and comes up. Go to first, get the out, let's go to the next at bat.
Yes, get a chance to get out of the inning with just 1 pitch now, instead of trying to force a double play to get out of the inning, where possibly both runners could have been safe, you know. They have not. Where, you know, we've seen some plays like this year, actually, with ourselves, where we would try to force a play here or there, force it at home or something. But it's, you know, Jordan's been working very hard on his fielding and his IQ at short, because he came to us as a third baseman, but, you know, he's played short, second. He's learned. I would say he's still learning the position, and he knows the position well already, but he's still learning more from our coach, Coach Esteban, who was a great fielder himself. So, you know, I see him every day working, talking about the mental game of side of playing short.
Indeed. 0-2 count as we go to work on Justin Hudson. Hudson, a strikeout victim his last time up. And that pitch missing low for ball number 1.
Like you said earlier, we're higher up, but I think I could say again, we agree to disagree on that one. But it's all right.
Again, I try to be unbiased as much as I can.
Exactly.
Some of that doesn't always come through. A 1-2 count. Hudson will pop that one up. Gonzalez giving chase right on the screen, and it will fall into the stands. And Hudson will stay alive with a 1-2 count. And so much of what summer ball is, yes, you want to win games. The ultimate goal for us is, you know, you want to go to the NBC World Series. But so much of summer ball is coming in and getting at bats, getting time to see different pitches, and getting time in the field to get better at baseball.
Yes, yeah. It's a growing. It's more about growing.
Mm-hmm.
Than
It's a
necessarily
growth
winning.
and it's a learning opportunity for guys, and that's our entire team. You know, you look up and down the roster, the A's are a young team.
Yes.
Many guys just finishing their freshman season, some, sophomores. And that pitch will get Hudson looking. He'll go down on strikes. That will end the inning as we head to the top of the ninth. The A's down to their final 3 outs to score 4. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Top of the ninth. The A's need 4 to tie, 5 to extend, and possibly win this one. A 1-1 count to Jordan Black, leading off for the Dodge City A's. A 2-1 count now to Jordan. Jordan, a strikeout victim, his last time up. Swung on and missed. Makes it 2-2. Two delivery gets Black looking. A pitch on the inside edge. One away for the Dodge City A's. Brings up Carter Olson, who flew out to center. A towering fly ball that stayed about 5 feet in front of the warning track. One away for Olson. The pitch called strike on the inner edge. Down in the count, 0-1.
Sounds like we got some early fireworks going off. We're here off to our right.
The A's will be privy to front row seats as fireworks will follow the conclusion of this game to be set off just past the center field wall. The 1-1 count to Olson, swung on, chopped foul, 1-2. The count to Olson.
Looks like I got Schaefer back there, giving him some time.
And let's stop a minute and sing some praises for the catchers. whether it be, Schaefer's gotten beat up in this game. You've seen Gonzalez and Tassler get beat up throughout the summer. Those guys down there, you've got to sing their praises as that one comes inside, almost hits Carter Olson. And especially on days where pitchers struggle to find the zone, they might short hop it in front of the plate. Day in and day out, digging stuff out and keeping balls in front of them, as Olson will pop that one up. Called off by the second baseman, May, 2 away.
As a pitcher, you want to make those guys feel loved back there, like always treat them right, because that's a battery mate, they have to know you and you have to know them, and you always want them to be feeling good, you never want them to be feeling, down or bad or anything like that. Catching has always been, I just never understood why anybody would pick catching, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and head coach Esteban, he spent some time behind the plate himself, understands the position, as does head coach Brett Doe for the Conquistadors. And so, the catchers, everybody thinks about baseball and the pitchers. It's, the catchers do an equal fair amount. That ball, a flare out into right field, runner aboard for the Dodge City A's by Alex Gallion.
And like you said, yeah, you see a lot of, as you mentioned, Coach Esteban, and Coach Doe, the Dodge City head coach. They're both been catchers. Most of the time, like as you said, you think of pitchers, you think of maybe outfielder, someone that constantly hits. You never think of the word catcher, but those guys are the leaders of the field. Those guys take over the game themselves. They have to know everything about everything, basically, as they're the ones that conduct the game themselves.
0-1 count to Cooper Tompkinson.
That's why you see most of them actually become head coaches afterwards, too.
That pitch missing makes it 1-1. And even so much, let's take a step, here in summer ball, and even for the Conquistadors this year, the Conquistadors led by, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, Caden Matlin at the catching position. Matlin did all of the pitch calling when he was behind the mound, or behind the plate.
Yes, he did.
Same thing right here during the summer ball. I had a conversation earlier in the summer with Caleb Jamison. He comes from Parrish Junior College. Their coaches call everything. He comes up here and gets a dose of, Peter Tassler behind the plate, and Tassler's calling things differently, a different sequence of pitches, and so that's another another opportunity for guys to come up and see the way games are called differently in different areas.
Exactly. Yes. It's also, use Caleb as the example again. Caleb comes up from Paris. We have a catcher from Dodge City and a catcher from UTRGV behind the plate. He's never met either one,
and both call different sequences.
Both see different things. They're both very, very smart catchers. I love throwing to both of them myself. They see things, they pick out things with swings, and they'll see what they like and they'll go for it, and they'll keep that little pattern that they have going, and they won't second guess themselves, because when you second guess yourself in this sport, it gets it can get kind of wild. But these two guys, Peter Tassler, Rudy Gonzalez, they're really, really good catchers, and I just give them nothing but praise just because of what those guys do in, day out, catching every other game. Even Kalen Matlin back at Dodge City during the season, throwing to him, he would catch 3 out of the 4 games in every series, So he would take a beating himself, and again, nothing but praise for that guy too, and I'm wishing him really good luck. But yeah, catchers really need to be praised.
Yep. A 1-2 count to Nolan Williams after Cooper Tompkinson drew the walk. The pitch, the swung on and missed, and the A's will fall in this one 9-5. A hard loss here on the 4th of July, and it's the A's will fall to 9-12 on the season right now. And it's just a different way to see this one end. A tough loss here at Brent Gould Field. And the A's will fall 9-5. I'm going to take a step aside. We'll be right back with post-game wrap-up as we get ready for the fireworks show here at Brent Gould Field. The A's fall 9-5. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Welcome back in to Brent Gould Field. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this one up. The A's fall 9-5 in Rocky Mountain League action, falling to the Liberal BeeJays. So the A's will fall to 9-12 overall on the season, and will fall to 5-7 overall in Rocky Mountain League play. The A's in 4th place in the Rocky Mountain League. That will put them about 4 games back out of first. The Liberal BeeJays will improve to 8-1 overall in the Rocky Mountain League. 14-4 overall on the season for them. Take a step back. The A's would get started in the first inning. It would be Juan Rivera, and we've talked about him multiple times throughout this game. Juan Rivera riding a now 9-game hitting streak, as he would lead off with a single and come around to score. 2 runs would score in the first inning as Jordan Black would come in, hit a triple, and come around to score on a sacrifice fly by Carter Olson. It would be the long ball that would propel the Liberal BeeJays in the 3rd inning. A 3-run shot over the left field wall, followed by a fly out, and then a solo shot to dead center, and another solo shot over the right field wall that would give the BeeJays the lead, and they would never look back after that. The A's would score again in the 6th. Carter Olson would lead off that inning and go down looking, and it would be Alex Gallion coming in, drawing the walk, followed by Cooper Tompkinson. Then Nolan Williams would be hit by pitch directly in the hip. Gallion and Williams would come around to score. And then in the top of the 7th, Cooper Schneider would lead off with a hit by pitch. After working a 3-1 count, he would come around to score to make it the 9-5 contest. Again, the A's falling in this one, falling to 9-12 on the season. The A's will have 2 days off as we take some rest after several days of work. And the A's will be back in action. More non-league contests as they host the North Platte Plainsmen. The Plainsmen coming to Dodge City Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All of those 7 p.m. games from Cavalier Field. I have been Justin Hergert alongside with Caden Norman, saying farewell and good night as the A's fall to the BeeJays. We will watch fireworks here in Liberal. Good night.